Hi, I'm Joyce, Energy Lady. Do you ever get frustrated? I'm probably the queen of frustration. I love things to go my way. And so, yes, I do get frustrated when things don't go the way I want them to go. But I also know there are ways for me to learn when I get frustrated. Like, what does the frustration do for me? The frustration, does it get me re-engaged in things? Does it teach me things? Does it force me to learn things? Yeah, absolutely. Because when I get frustrated, I have to investigate whatever it is that frustrated me. Now, frustration with a person, when I get frustrated with a person, I always do forgiveness. That's my first go-to, is forgive myself for getting frustrated with them and then forgive them. But frustrated with technical stuff, that's probably my biggest frustration, for sure. I always say I'm not a technical person. I do hire people to do that for me because it's not my best, but there are many things for me to learn. And so I can't pawn it off on everybody all the time. There are things that I do need to learn. So when I get frustrated with things, it does force me, number one, to reach out for help. It forces me to try and learn whatever it is the issue that I'm dealing with and gain information and get some experience behind things. And it forces me to engage in whatever has happened rather than just shoving it under the rug. So if you get frustrated, is that what happens? Do you shove it under the rug and say, I don't want to deal with that anymore? I know this may sound really funny to you, but I'm a cook, so I wear aprons when I cook. When I wash my aprons, I get really frustrated because the ties behind the apron always get knotted up in the wash. And as silly as that is, that's one of those things I don't like to deal with or have time with. So I'm really grateful my husband will untie the knots for me because it's one of those things, it's like, I don't even want to take time to do this or deal with this. But that tells you more about me, and I'm hoping you'll relate to this, and that's why I share my own story, is that when I get frustrated, either I quit or I shove it under the rug or I say I'll deal with this later or I never deal with it or I engage and face it. Now you can only shove it under the rug for so long if it's something you really do need to deal with. And so if there is a particular issue, whether it's a tech issue, another human being, a problem going on with your home or with your finances or with your job, if it's something that's going on, then it needs to be addressed because you can only shove it under the rug for so long. And you can only push it aside for so long till finally it's in your face and it has to be dealt with. And this is the same way in relationships. You know, we push things under the rug so long that then energy has built up. And there's resentment, and there's anger, and there's silence. So whatever that is that when you get frustrated, that you're pushing aside, maybe it's time to look at it. Maybe it's time to say, okay, what is it? What's my part in this? And what am I doing with it? And what am I not doing with it? And what is it that I can do? Because we can't always expect people to just come in and rescue us, but we can ask for help. And that is also, I think I talked in one of my other videos, where it was not always my best quality asking for help. But I've learned that there are people who do know and understand things better about certain things than I do. And so I have learned to ask for help. And it's very, very awesome to have people who know about something I don't know about and they can help me. So that's one thing. The other thing too is to acknowledge that frustration. Are you just ignoring it and shove it under the rug? Are you learning something from it? Because when we get frustrated with something, there's always something for us to learn. If we're frustrated with our career, what are you learning? If you're frustrated with another person, what are you learning? If you're frustrated with your self, your own personal self, what is it you're trying to learn about yourself? And if you're frustrated with your relationships with others. So take a look at where frustration works for you, because that's been my go-to this week and where I've been looking at myself. And if there's a way I can help you, please book a consult with me and let's see what I can do. Have a great one.